Do you like romance, dragons, magic, reproductive rights, and societal change? Then do I have the book for you. The book is Bond by Piper Scott and Virginia Kelly. Bond is the second book in the Forbidden Desires series. It is available on Kindle Unlimited, paperback, and audio. Each book follows a different member in the Drake family. Bond is an Omegaverse. That means people have secondary sex characteristics: alpha, beta, and omega. Betas make up most of the populations. Omega, regardless of gender, are able to give birth when with an alpha. Only alphas can turn into dragons. In this universe, it is believed that only alphas are dragons and can use magic. Dragons are governed by a council. They have breeding camps called pedigree cloisters and can try to have children within a time period sanctioned by this council with omegas from the cloisters. When alphas and omegas fall in love, they can become mates, as noted with markings on the omega. In this universe, omegas can either lay eggs, which are alpha only, or give birth to human children, which can only be omegas or betas. When this happens, the omegas and their human children are considered and labeled disgraces. In the first book, the first Drake brother is able to make a family and become mates with a regular omega. The omega's roommate, the love interest in this book, witnesses the omega laying eggs, which sets the events in motion for this book. Everard Drake, a doctor and healer, is sent to deal with Harry Lasardi, a beta, after Harry witnesses his roommate laying eggs. Everard feels an instant attraction to Harry and decides to take him home and deal with him later. Because of this, Harry ends up becoming a nanny to one of Everard's brother's children. Through the course of this book, the two end up falling in love. With all of this going on, Everard is tasked by his father and the head of the council to find out why Everard's brother was able to have a family with a regular omega. He enlists the help of Harry in his investigation, who is a herpetologist obsessed with all things lizards, but is oblivious to everything else. Harry is happy to help out because dragons are just giant magical lizards after all. And because Everard is a giant magical lizard, he is able to change Harry enough so that they can have children. In their research, they discover that Harry's father is a disgrace, which leads Harry to believe that all omegas and betas born from dragons are dragons. This sets events in motion that shape the rest of this series. The babble in the room quieted. "No," Harry said into the silence. "I just found out my dad is a dragon. I need to hear all about this." "No, I'm not, son," Christopher said, frowning at Harry from between Joffrey and Grimbold. "I'm a disgrace, just a human." Harry wiggled until Everard put him down as he walked away towards his father. Everard could still feel the bond. It was like Harry's distress had shined a light over the link. And now that Everard knew it was there, he couldn't unknow it or stop from feeling it. "Partly yes," Harry said. "Perry told me what a disgrace is. He's the son of one. And I still don't understand why a disgrace is called a disgrace." "You're not disgraces. You're dragons." The room was completely quiet. Even Margie didn't complain about not understanding what was going on. Joffrey cleared his throat. "The term disgrace is perhaps unfortunate, but it stems from the disappointment of having a human child. The desired outcome, naturally, is a clutch. There are multitudes of humans and only a bare handful of dragons. We need to reproduce." "Yes," Harry said patiently, "and it's why I don't understand why dragons shun their omega offspring. How on earth do you expect to reproduce efficiently if you ignore the childbearing members of your species? They're dragons. They may appear human, but they're dragons. Grimbold turned around. Explain, human. Half human, Harry corrected, before Everard could stop him. I'm half dragon through my father. Everard's father huffed a bit of flame, narrowly missing the silk-shaded chandelier. Make your point, boy. Yes, of course. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Dragon biology isn't all that different from human biology when you get down to it. Not that I'm an expert there, but dragons clearly evolved parallel to humans. They have a human form, as well as a magical giant lizard form, right? Grimbold stared at Harry like he was a cockroach with two heads. Well into lecture mode and careening towards obliviousness, Harry went on. So I was told all dragons are alphas, but that's impossible. You can't have a species without the ability to reproduce. Otherwise, dragons are just giant magical viruses, Harry chuckled. No one else in the room joined him. Anyways, dragons do reproduce. Obviously for humans and megas. They also have the ability to become human-shaped. No doubt this is a function of reproduction due to the size difference of your average omega, and from what I've seen of dragons and... What is the outcome of the rest of Harry and Everard's research? How will it affect the rest of Dragon Society? Read the rest of the series to find out. I have read this series multiple times, and there are 3 things that I absolutely love from it. 1. I've read the book in both physical and audio formats. I absolutely adore the audio version. Michael Furliolo does a spectacular job bringing the characters to life. I especially love his version of Harry. He brings to life Harry's enthusiasm for all things science and lizard. 2. Harry. Harry is one of my favorite characters in this entire series. It's mainly because of him and his obsession with lizards that Dragon Society is able to change their way of thinking and accept that all dragons are dragons no matter their shape. 3. The underlying message about reproductive rights and societal change. On the surface, this book is just an Omegaverse where 2 men fall in love and have a family, but it's so much more than that. Just read Bond. I know what I said sounds absolutely ridiculous in the best way possible, but if you read this book, you'll come to adore the characters just as much as I do.